Yo, it's your boy Six, and welcome back to another card magic tutorial. I hope you're excited. I know I am. I am off for the summer. I am done with work, which means my full-time job now for the rest of the summer is making YouTube videos. So I'll be producing a lot more content for you all. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll be dropping lots of gems every single week. Today's effect comes from the brilliant mind of Leech and a little manuscript known as Super Cardman Stuff. It was originally published in 1965, and there's some hidden gems in there. The only problem is, usually with these old manuscripts, they're a little hard to read. So what I'm doing is I'm picking two of my favorite effects that I found in there. I think they connect well together, so I'm going to teach you one today and then teach you one in the next video, just in a couple days. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you get both of those effects and you can tie them all together. But with that all being said, if you want to help me out, hit that like button, because YouTube, the algorithm, all that, yada yada yada. Hit that like button, really helps out my channel, so be sure to hit that like button. And let's go right into the performance of today's effect. Alright, so let's get into today's effect. The cards that I'm using today are the Bicycle Mosaic playing cards. If you like these, you can pick them up in the link down below. It helps support the channel. They're nice cards, nice design. If you're feeling them, go ahead and pick those up. Let's go ahead and start with the effect. I'm going to begin by shuffling the cards just like this. I'm going to give it a couple of shuffles, make sure that the cards are mixed, because what's going to happen is I'm going to try to go ahead and find the aces. So let's start here. Obviously it's not there on top, but watch, if I give the cards two cuts, I can actually find the ace of clubs. Not bad. I'll do it again. Look, if I go ahead and give another cut just like this time I'll get the ace of hearts. I can cut one more time and I'll find the ace of spades, and believe it or not, one last cut just like this, and there we have it, the ace of diamonds. And all of that was done by simply cutting the cards. All I had to do was give the cards a couple of cuts just like this, and I was able to find the four aces. But what if I wanted to find the aces in a different way? Just like maybe by tossing the cards between hand to hand, and I'll go ahead and find all four aces. And that is the cutting to the aces from Leech's Super Cardman Stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at the explanation. Alright, so for this effect, you're going to need the four aces. I like to keep them in chased order, as we've talked about in a previous video: clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. And that's the order that I'm going to place them in. What's going to happen is those are going to go at the bottom of the pack, just like this. And I'm going to take one indifferent card, it doesn't matter what card it is, and place it at the face. And now we have it set to go. That's all you have to do. So four aces on the bottom with one indifferent card, a random card on top of it, just like that. And you can begin. We're going to start by doing a shuffle, and all I'm doing is doing what's called a block shuffle. And what that means is I'm going to shuffle two packets together, but what I'm going to do with my left hand is I'm going to drop a few cards before I start shuffling into the pack, just like this. Now, we've covered this in a previous video, but really all that's doing is I'm dropping off a block of cards, right? At least 5 cards, because then I have 4 aces plus one other card. I'm going to drop those onto the table. So once I drop the block, then I can just shuffle into the top portion, and that keeps my little setup at the bottom secure. So that's all I do. I just give a few shuffles, drop off a block, shuffle in. Same thing, another shuffle, drop a block, and you'll get used to it. A little bit of practice. I mean, realistically, you can just pick up halfway through the pack as you do this and shuffle them together. You don't have to drop the block. You can just pick up from the middle of the packet, shuffle in, and you're set to go. Now is a good time to throw in some false cuts. If you don't remember, we have a false cut video where I taught you all a bunch of false cuts. You can use some of those as well. All you're really doing is making sure that those 4 aces and that indifferent cards stay at the bottom of the pack. So from here, you're going to pick up the cards and say, I'm going to show you how I would cut to the aces. Flip the packet face up, being careful not to expose those aces. And now all you have to do is get a break under the top card, however you like. So you can do a pinky pull down, where you just pull down with your pinky, and now I have a break that I'm ready to go into. That's usually the best way I recommend doing it. Or you can just pick up slightly at the back. It's a subtle thing. I personally don't like to pick up at the back because people tend to look like they're fishing back here for stuff. So I recommend you get the pinky breakdown, and when you're just pulling down the top card, then you get a break, and then you can come over, and now you have your break in biddle grip. So once you have a break under the top card, right, as you can see here, what you're going to do is transfer into your right hand biddle grip. And what we're going to perform now is the double undercut. And this is also something that I've taught in the previous. I've been teaching you guys a lot of good stuff. Do you know this? And I like to make sure that it all connects together. So you're gonna perform the double undercut. I'll link to the video that teaches that in more detail. But really all that's happening is now I have a break with the right hand thumb. So I transfer from my pinky to my thumb just like this, and my fingers are at the front. And I am now gonna go ahead and take half the packet from the bottom and place it on top of that card, still maintaining that break. And I'm gonna take everything from underneath the break and go ahead and place that on top. And it looks like I was able to cut randomly to one of the aces. After this portion, you say, well, I cut to the ace of clubs. Let's try it again. The same thing's gonna happen. You're gonna get a break under this top card. Again, I don't recommend necessarily doing this version. I recommend the pinky break version, because as you're talking, you can say, well, here's the ace of clubs. Same thing, get your break, pick up half, cut, cut, same thing, doing the double undercut once again. Now you show that you got the ace of hearts. Same idea, cut 2 times. Now you got the ace of spades, and then finally, the last time, you do one more cut, and you're going to show that you got the ace of diamonds, cutting to all 4 aces. Now, at this point, you have an ace at the bottom of the pack, and now secretly, what the spectators don't know, those other 3 aces are at the top. It just looked like you were cutting randomly and stopping an ace, but in this case, you have 3 aces at the top. They don't know this. So in order to complete the rest of the effect, you're going to take this packet and you're going to turn it face down, just like this. And you're going to do another double undercut. And I use the ruse of explaining what just took place. So I get a break under the top card once again. It's the same move over and over, which makes this trick really simple. You just learn the double undercut and you can do this trick. I get a break under the top card, just like this, thumb at the back. And I say, what I did is I went through the pack and I cut the cards twice, just like this. And I was able to cut to the aces. And that's exactly what I did. I'm just explaining what happened. There's no magic happening at this point. But what I did do is I transferred this ace of spades from the top to the bottom, right? Because we have 1 ace at the bottom, 3 at the top. As I'm explaining it, I double undercut this top card back to the bottom, all in the idea of explaining what just happened. They're not ready for another effect. And here's where the surprise comes in, right? Now you're gonna surprise them, another climax, so to speak, by producing the 4 aces. And this is a way of producing the 4 aces, again, that I've taught previously. It's just now built into a different effect. So in order to do this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the cards from top and bottom, thumb on top, 4 fingers at the bottom. This is friction aces. You're gonna squeeze the packet, not too tight that you can't do anything, just lightly, so you have friction on the top and the bottom cards. And when you toss it to your left hand, I'm going to toss to my left hand, you see what happens? The friction pulls out the top and the bottom card, because your fingers are actually holding them. And your fingers have a natural moisture on them, and that moisture is going to be a little sticky, so you can actually hold on to those cards. So once again, I'm going to grab from top and bottom just like this here, toss it into my left hand, and now I'm going to get 2 aces. And then you're going to toss this to the table, doing it the same exact thing you just did with the right hand with the left hand, and now you're going to end up with the 4 aces. And then you can take these, turn them over, and show all 4 aces now appeared. One last time. So from this position, I grab it in the right hand and I say, well, what if I wanted to find the aces a little faster? Well, I could just simply do this, and now I found all 4 aces. And it's a great flashy way to finish the routine. And then the next video, we'll go into another effect in which you can utilize these aces. So continuing on our learning. Just for recap purposes, if you want to watch it one more time just from the beginning, here's what happens. You take the 4 aces, you place them on the bottom, then you go ahead and place this random card underneath. So now you have this set up here at the bottom of the pack. This all goes face down. You do some shuffles, but you're maintaining your bottom stock shuffle. So your bottom stock stays the same. You shuffle, you let go a bunch of cards, shuffle these together. They go inside. Now you turn the packet face up, and now you just simply get a break under the top card. Once you get that break, then you can do the double undercut, saying we cut to the first ace, the ace of clubs. I'll do it again. Same thing, get a break, do a double undercut. Here's the ace of hearts. One more time, get the ace of diamonds, and finally you do the last double undercut, and you show that you cut to the ace of spades, cutting to all 4 aces. Now you turn the cards face down, and then you say, and all I had to do was cut twice. I get a break under the top card. I'm transferring this top card to the bottom, and simply doing that by again doing a double undercut while explaining. I cut the cards twice just like this, and I was able to cut to the aces. But what if I wanted to cut to the aces in a little more flashy way? Well, I could just simply do this, do the friction tosses. The friction toss allows you to produce those 4 aces. And there you have another great effect that you can do with the 4 aces and any deck of cards. So there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Cutting to the Aces from Leech, Super Cardman Stuff 1965. If you like it, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe for more magic coming to you real soon. And as always, thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next episode.